I used to hide what my vagina did to my underpants. And by the way, what all vaginas do to all underpants, okay? There is no woman who ends her day with like a clean pair of underpants that look like they've ever even come from a store.
Obvious Child is a romantic comedy written and directed by Gillian Robespierre, released in 2014, and starring Jenny Slate. In this video, I will be discussing Jenny Slate's impact on the development of this project, how her character was a vehicle for Obvious Child's unique position on abortion and a voice for a modern woman, as well as how the film acted as a catalyst for Jenny Slate as a comedic star and feminist activist.
Anyone need a barf bag?
The film centers on Donna Stern, a New York-based stand-up comedian who, after being dumped by her cheating boyfriend and finding out that she is losing her job, has a bit of a breakdown, meets a nice guy named Max, has a one-night stand with him, and thinks absolutely nothing of it, until a few weeks later when she realizes,
oh my god, I'm pregnant.
And she decides that she must have an abortion on, of all days,
Let's do it on Valentine's Day.
And the film follows her throughout the next couple of weeks, figuring herself out and slowly falling in love with Max until the end when she finally has the abortion.
This is based on a short that we made in 2009, and
we did write the short originally in response to a slew of movies that came out about unplanned pregnancy that always resulted in childbirth, and it was just frustrating, and we were frustrated just like you were, and instead of waiting for that movie to be made, we decided to make it ourselves. I didn't want to show the same film where the woman is struggling with the decision. We didn't want to show the same story.
my co-creators, Anna Bean and Karen Main, and I were looking for somebody who was both funny and had dramatic range. One night, Anna and I went to a local comedy show in Brooklyn called Big Terrific, and we saw this lovely lady telling these stories that just rang true, and my face hurt from laughing so hard.
Just sort of felt like she made me an outfit, and I jumped into it. We met at an interesting time, you know, when she had had the germ of this idea, and I hadn't acted professionally yet.
Which had been a dream of Jenny's for some time now. So not only was the film a story that Gil wanted to tell, but it was an opportunity for Jenny to play a character unlike those that she had played before.
I've wanted to be a movie actress since I was a little girl and saw Crossing Delancey.
You know, usually I do kind of larger than life characters. I love it, it's delicious. Have been primarily a television actress, so to play a real woman that I might meet on the street in a beautiful feature film was also wonderful.
I wanted to be in a movie where I could play a nice looking lady and sexual and funny, but not like a bikini lady with no personality.
Jenny's performance just blew me away. I knew we were sitting on something pretty special, and I wanted to go out and shoot it, you know, the rest of the film in, you know, the next week. But we didn't have a feature-length script yet, nor did we have the funds to do that, luckily.
So after releasing the 2009 short film online and garnering attention from both pro-life and pro-choice groups, Gillian began to develop the full-length feature script, which came to fruition in 18 days during the winter of 2013. Because of its independent development, the filmmakers were able to tackle Donna's story in a unique, unorthodox way. The filmmakers insist that the film is not an abortion comedy, nor that abortion is a major theme in the film. Rather, it is simply an element of the story and an element of Donna's life. With this logic, we can conclude that the film is trying to normalize abortion as both a hot topic and a procedure in and of itself.
The rest of the movie is about the complexities of her life after she's made the decision, not about the decision itself.
For me, I, don't attach a stigma to abortion or to womanhood in general. And I was really excited by the script because it was really funny and really thoughtful. And I like comedy that is at once filled with energy and has a humanness to it.
The stigma of abortion be lifted, even just from the use of the word to how our main character talks about it with every single person in her life. We were just taking
the idea of choice and humanizing it through humor.
An idea that Jenny herself is familiar with, as she has once said,
Sometimes you just don't expect so much from comedy, and I think that's wrong. I think you should expect it all.
which is why Gillian shaped Donna around Jenny's persona as a stand-up comedian, as well as Jenny's comedic style, using comedy to humanize both Donna the character and abortion.
The style that Donna performs in is my style. You know, it's storytelling, it's very honest, and in general, people want to hear stories that they can plug into. Even if it's not their experience, they want to see somebody open up. And
All the characters, all the close women in Donna's life have had them because that's the statistics. 1 in 3 women have had abortion.
And the film has 3 distinct scenes where abortion is not only candidly talked about, but talked about in a positive
It was
way.
just to sort of ignite a conversation between friends and mothers and women in general.
Okay, first of all, there's no snips. And the whole thing literally takes like 5 minutes. And I get really sad for my little teenage self. But I never regret it.
And did you ever tell your mom?
No, she thought I was at field hockey.
I'm pregnant. I'm having an abortion.
Thank God. When I was in college, I had an abortion. Abortions were illegal in those days, so your grandma had to drive me in the family station wagon all the way to New Jersey, and we had to go to some stranger's apartment. Next night, I was dancing at your aunt's sweet 16 party.
Hi, Donna. The sedative should be taking effect. Are you feeling relaxed?
The film's title is based off of a Paul Simon song named The Obvious Child, a rhythmically upbeat but lyrically somber tale. Gillian says that there is no relation between the film's themes and her choice of the song, but I interpreted the title as a way to convey Donna's growth throughout the film, as chaptered by 3 distinct stand-up sets.
You guys are like, you're a horrible woman. But let me tell you, I agree. But I'm still honking down on that D. When I need to. Got a, working dick. My butthole was so scared. Yeah, I would just shut the door and like stand there for a minute and then just be like, that's my butthole's voice. I gotta be me. I gotta be me. And then it would just be like, that's me walking up my stairs. I was in the bathroom because that is all that I have left. I feel like when someone does something bad, they should just die. But instead, we die a slow death and watch their happiness bloom. A lot of people say I look like Anne Frank. I would never have survived the Holocaust, that's for sure. Cool. Oh, is this not working for you? Do you want your money back? Because the show is free. I want my life back, but I can't get it back because it's ruined. It's because she's one of those fucking girls with a thread count. I'll share more. You guys seem to be fucking loving it. Hooah! Hooah! But anyhow, you guys like my singing voice? I just burped into this. I do like being an adult woman. I've always wanted to be that. I've always wanted to have just like a bra and a blouse and a schedule. Say to you that I am pregnant. I would like to say right now out loud, and I'm going to say it out loud right now, is that I am going to have an abortion. But for me, it's just like, I can't tell anyone to shut off the TV. Equaling, I can't shut off the TV. I can honestly say it's not going to be the worst Valentine's Day I've ever had. I think it's going to be okay. And afterwards, I'll just, I'll be in my future. And, we'll go from there, right? I guess so. Thank you, and happy V-Day. I hope you get all the candy that you want and deserve. That's it. Thank you.
And the critic's choice is Jenny Slate.
Interesting. I'm so proud to be in a movie that is joyful and thoughtful and depicts a modern and authentic experience of unplanned pregnancy.
But after we made the movie, I realized that there wasn't any sort of just kind of conversational discussion or depiction of abortion, especially not in comedies. I didn't really understand that there would be more than I could do besides being like a gregarious woman who is very open about my own body. I also realized that I had been conditioned to think that in order to be an activist, you must be immaculate. And I felt a lot of pressure that was like, well, if you're gonna go up there and you're gonna talk about abortion and you're gonna talk about your body, you better be perfect. Since then, I've been trying to find ways to connect to men and women through art that is feminist. I do deal with issues of like, well, still like, well, I'm not really a legitimate voice, you know, like I'm like a fart joke person, you know, like, do they really want to know? But I want to be able to be as open as maybe I would be like on a social media page, but to bring it into a space that feels safe and intimate and dignified.
To Gillian, Robespierre, and Elizabeth Holm, who wrote this movie and who assert that even while we're fighting for our rights, we can do so creatively. Activism and creative expression can go together. See you in the future. Thank you.
You are the one who has to get this procedure. Pay for it. Wear the fucking pad with the big wings, okay? You think if he was pregnant, he would be worrying about you right now? No, he'd be trying to get that fucking thing out of his body. God damn it. You guys, we already live in a patriarchal society where a bunch of weird old white men in robes get to legislate our cunts. You just need to be worrying about yourself. And why are you looking at me like that, you little bitches?